Taxi associations CATA and CODETA are planning to march to the offices of the Western Cape Premier, Winde, today. They're unhappy about the impoundment of taxis and unfair requirements for releasing them, among other issues. Taxis will depart from Nyanga and Khayelitsha. Our Newzroom Afrika reporter Nasiphi joins us now live from Nyanga. Nasiphi, we understand, and we can see it there in the shot behind you, a bus is on fire. What's happening?
Well, Michelle, as you put it, today is indeed the day that, CATA and CODETA affiliated taxis embark on their protest to the Premier's office. And as you put it, they are protesting over, the impounding of their vehicles in the recent months. And they are going directly to the Premier, hoping that he will hear their grievances. We do understand that, a memorandum will be handed over to them. But, the interesting thing is that when they communicated this particular protest and that they will be basically downing tools and will not be operating in both Khayelitsha and also in Nyanga, where they are usually operating, they did say that there will be no interferences nor intimidation. And we do know that usually when we do see taxi strikes, Golden Arrow buses or buses in general and people's cars are usually stoned. But now, as we see, a bus by Golden Arrow is currently engulfed in flames. And at this very moment, we don't know what is currently happening in Khayelitsha. We have seen a number of taxis here in Nyanga that were not loading any people, moving towards the direction of where they will be meeting to embark on that protest action that will be starting at 11 o'clock in Cape Town. We do also understand from the city of Cape Town that they did receive, a request from the various taxi associations that they are planning to embark, and they did grant that permission for them to march from the District 6 area to the Premier's offices at 11 o'clock. But however, we are currently seeing a Golden Arrow bus here in Nyanga up in flames. As you can see, Metro Police are on the ground to try and keep people away.
Nasiphi, do we know who's responsible for setting that bus on fire? One just wonders, if this is a case of taxi drivers and taxi associations marching to the office of the Premier. They've got a list of demands. Surely an incident like this one, with that bus on fire there in Nyanga, doesn't help those negotiations.
Well, it obviously doesn't help, and Michelle, as I said, the associations yesterday, highlighting that there will be no intimidation of other modes of transport, as they have indicated in previous, protests. We have seen a number of buses being stoned and also torched when they are protesting. So in a way, it seemed like they were distancing themselves from anyone that looks to be taking opportunity from this from this protest. However, we are yet to, reach out to the various taxi associations to get a response from them in regards to what is currently happening behind me. But Michelle, I think I'm going to, toss to some people that were actually in the bus that are pretty much very emotional. Sisi, I can see that you are so emotional right now. Talk to us about kwenzeke ntoni.
Sisi uthela noqaqamba ndicela nje amapolisa andigoduze ifamily yami yoyika uzondithatha. There is no other way. Ndicela ugoduswa ndihlala eKhayelitsha. Andizokwazi like bendikulaa bhasi itshileyo 5 people bathathwe yi-ambulance batyhubuke intloko abantu bakhalela abantwana baba babashiye ezindlini. Ibuhlungu le nto.
Sisi, just talk to us before kwenzeke le nto, moving from eKhayelitsha to here. Were there any problems? Because we do know that today was the day that taxis had indicated that they'll be protesting.
Sisi mina bendilele ebhasini ndothuke kungena umlilo, kusithwa umlilo, ndatsiba andiyazi ndiphume njani but ndiphumile. And beyimbi sis, beyimbi, but kandiyibona indlela from eKhayelitsha because bendilele ebhasini.
Do you think that, this is related to the taxi protest that is currently happening namhlanje?
Andiyazi sisi, andifuna uxoxa, andiyazi, andinothi ba i-relationship iphi naphi, but andiyazi sisi.
I also have another person that was inside a bus. She's also currently standing here just like other people that were in the bus. We heard from Ukakamba saying she just wants the police to take her home after what happened. Sisi, you're also very emotional. Did you see what exactly happened?
Yes, I saw. In the enzekileyo ibhasi isuka from eKhayelitsha is from like igcwele siyamxelela uDriver uba makangezi apha eNyanga ibhasi igcwele already from eKhayelitsha but ke warefuse waza ngenkani. Now xa singena apha andiyazi le ndawo uba kuthiwa kuphi andiyazi Nyanga and bendiqala nokukhwela ibhasi eyangapha. Xa sifika apha ibhasi yatshiswa igalelwe something enepetrol yajulwa batshile abantu bayibukile intloko bayibukile but I'm glad that ndisurvivile. Imagine uphume ebhasini ibhasi indi uGolden Arrow utsibe but ke ndikwazile uphuma.
And then, Sisi, you know, did you have any belongings inside the bus? Will you manage to take any of your belongings? Are you a regular bus, commuter, or do you usually take taxis?
Yeah, ndikwazile kuba ibhegi yam, ifowuni yam ibiphayana, iye yashiyeka phayana, nenye ibhegi yam nehlangu because into ebibalulekileyo ibibubomi nje bam. Yonke enye into ndiye ndashiya phayana. Then ndaphuma but ke ngokuye wabakhona omnye ubhuti oye wathatha wazama ucima then ndabuyela ngaphakathi ndakwazi uthatha ibhegi yam nento zam ke ngondazifumana zonke otherwise abanye balahlekelwe nazo ezo bags because abanye abantu khona ezikolo kwalapha uyayibo so yeah.
And then do you usually take buses, Sisi, or are you somebody that commutes using taxis from Khayelitsha?
Yes, I do. Ndibe ndikade ndiphangele eRondenbosch. Ndisebenzisa ibhasi Claymont sebenzisa ibhasi but ke bendingayabizange ndathatha ibhasi ehamba apha phakathi eNyanga because ndiyayazi nje into edibe neNyanga ayikho right ngoba ibhasi zihamba kahle eKhayelitsha nantsi ingxaki apha.
Thank you so much. Those are some of the people that were actually inside that Golden Arrow bus that you see behind us, currently engulfed in flames, as we understand that that particular bus came from Khayelitsha, and when they arrived here, you know, the ones that were inside of the bus, some of them say they were sleeping, say that, they were just woken up by someone saying that there is a fire. I'm saying that there is a fire, and all they did was just to get out of the bus. Some people leaving their belongings inside the bus.
Nasiphi Same, thanks very much indeed for bringing us that story live to us there from Nyanga. That's an ongoing story we're tracking for you. We understand there may have been some people injured in what unfolded on that Golden Arrow bus, which, as you can see, is very much still on fire. Some people standing on the side of the road there speaking to Nasiphi Same, saying their family members are too afraid to come and fetch them. Police are now having to take them back home. Many of them incredibly shaken up by what happened this morning, just on their normal commute to work. We're going to continue tracking that story for you, give you a sense of whether there are any serious injuries and what the way forward is here.